Hi everyone! For those of you interested in designing that perfect outdoor landscape for your family, for yourself, and for the nature that surrounds you, I'll be taking you through a 5-part course on how to go from start to finish to leading the construction of your garden transformation. It's critical that before you start digging, you have a plan. So let's get started. The first part in designing that perfect outdoor space for you and your family is to set the context and the intention. If you live in the city, there is a high chance that you live on a property that's rectangular. In Vancouver, where I do the majority of my gardens, the standard lot is 45 feet wide by 120 feet long. That's about 14 meters wide by 37 meters long. And it's likely that your house is situated somewhere in the middle of that rectangle. Now, it's important to note that immediately the location of that house creates 4 spaces: a front yard, a backyard, and 2 side yards. Each of these 4 spaces have a purpose. When you're designing your outdoor space, it's important to maintain the intention and the purpose of those 4 spaces. The front yard is to greet and welcome, creating a safe and welcome place for people to enter. Another way to say it is curb appeal. Your 2 side yards, depending on the width of your property and the width of these spaces, one side is the main route between your front yard and your backyard, and the other side is a utility space, usually a place that serves for maintenance purposes or storage. The backyard is where you get to expand your favorite activities into the outdoors. This is where you can play with your family and your personal self-expression. This is where the design for the activities that suit your needs with the activities for one or many gets expressed. We spend so much time focusing on getting our houses to look and function just right. Yet the house is only one part of the land that you own. Usually the house is only a third of what you own. It's time to maximize the function of your entire property. Now that we've established all the spaces, let's get down to business. Designing your landscape is not all that different from designing your house. Your house is a series of rooms designed with purpose and intention. There's usually a door or an entryway, a floor, walls, and a ceiling. Your kitchen is where you make food. Your living room is where you gather with people, talk, and maybe watch TV. Your bedrooms are where you sleep, and your bathrooms, well, you get the idea. Now let's look at your landscape. There is a door or an entryway, a floor, walls, and a ceiling. The outdoor rooms are derived from the experiences and activities that you want to be able to do in your landscape. The best part about the outdoor walls and the ceiling is that unlike a house, in the outdoors, you have the opportunity for depth and dimension, variety and texture. And of course, the best part is that it all changes color throughout the year. The possibilities are truly endless, but don't get stuck there. Stick to the things that you love, the things that fulfill you and enlighten and inspire you. Stick to the things that you love to do alone or as a family. The biggest pitfall here is to get caught up in the concern of, is this the right way to do it? What will my friends think? What will my family think? Yikes! Comparing yourself or questioning if it's right or wrong is torture. Don't do it. There is no right answer here. This is about you and your family. This is about what matters to you. And that's what matters most. Who cares if it's right or wrong? There is no such thing. If you like what you're seeing in this video, give me a thumbs up or some feedback. Either one's good. Thank you. I've done enough of the talking. Now it's your turn. Time to crystallize your design intention. Begin by brainstorming ideas. In this part, don't throw any ideas out. This is an open dialogue to begin the inquiry. Identify what you love, especially what to do outside, alone, and as a group. Here are some questions to engage in. What excites me? or us about being outside? What have I always wanted to be able to do outside that I have given up on? What do I want to be able to do when it's spring, summer, or fall, or even winter? When it's sunny and warm outside, or when it's raining? Go through each season and weather condition. What were my favorite outdoor activities as a child? And another one is, when you entertain people, how many people do you entertain? And how many times per year? Now remember, these are some questions to begin your inquiry. If you think of more questions, add to the list. This is a place to start and a place for you to begin crystallizing your design intention. Great work, everyone. Remember, these questions are not to be rushed. I usually recommend to sit with them for about a week or so, go in and out of being intentional and non-intentional about answering and looking, and give yourself the space to be in this inquiry. Remember, there is no right or wrong here. This is your life and your lifestyle. And in addition to your house, your landscape is where you get to express that. So have fun. Thank you so much for joining me today in this part 1 of the 5-part landscape design series that we're doing. Join me next time for part 2, where we'll take the ideas and intentions and the purposes that you created and discovered out of part 1 and begin to apply them into your own personal space. Me again. If you like what you saw in this video, give it a thumbs up and give me some comments too. I'd love to know how this is making a difference for you and how better I can assist you. Thanks so much. See you next time. Oh, and if you want to know when we're posting these videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell. See you later. Bye for now.